Hello everyone, welcome to ACE with Ease IAS Academy Geography Paper Discussion. I hope you have written the geography exam very well. Now we're going to discuss the paper and the questions and how probably we have to solve the questions and try to eliminate the options with our knowledge and the facts that are being present. So the first question: consider the following glacier landforms: eskers, moraines, roche mountains, kori, drumlins. Now we all know that the glacier landforms that are being present, they are of two types. One, we either have the erosional landform, another one we have is the depositional landform. So here when we see the options that are being present, now the eskers are the ones which are being present as the sinuous ridges that are being there, and the moraine that are being there, now these moraines are the ones that are being present at the end of the glacial depositions that are being there. Whereas the roche mountains that has been present, now the roche mountains are the ones where when the glacier has been moving, the mountain is being scrapped that has been there, and rounded mountains that are being present, or mounds that are being there. Whereas kori is an erosional landform where when the glacier has been moving, there's a saucer shaped depression that has been formed. Now this is where we have the kori has been there. Whereas drumlins are the small depositional landforms that are being there. So we have the roche mountains and the kori are the erosional landforms. So both roche mountains and the kori are the erosional landforms, whereas the rest of the ones that are being present, for example eskers, moraines and drumlins that are being there, these are considered as the depositional landforms of the glaciers that are being there. So the option here we have is the only 3 is the correct option. Second question, again related to the landforms. Here they have asked about the desert landforms formed by wind erosion. So previous question, it was all about the depositional landform that has been there. Now the second question here, they asked about the erosional landforms that have been there. So when we check which are the erosional landform and which are the depositional landform, now dunes are the depositional landforms, whereas we have the inselbergs. Now inselbergs are the erosional landforms, yardungs are the erosional ones, mushroom rocks are the erosional, and the barchans are the depositional landforms. So just for the explanation, now the dunes are the ones where we have large amount of sand mounds are being present and are being deposited, whereas inselbergs are the rounded, hard, rock-like substances that are being present. But as yardungs, now whenever we have surfaces being present, we have hard rock, soft rock. Hard rock is being there. All the soft rock will be eroded, and we will have the elongated landforms that are being formed are the yardungs that are being there. And there are one more, we have mushroom rocks. Now whenever we have a big rock substances where we have the soft rock is being present at the bottom, and we have a comparatively a hard rock is being present at the top, now the wind at this level will be high, the friction is high, so the rock will be eroded faster, and we will find a mushroom shaped rock is being formed. So or this, the mushroom rock is also called as the pedestal rock. So the option here we have 3 erosional landforms are being present and 2 depositional landforms. So the correct answer here is only 3 is the option. Then next question, which of the following mass movements are classified as rapid movements? So generally a mass movement means that there is large amount of sediments, debris, material and all is moving along the slope. So down the slope there is a movement is being present, and these mass movements can be divided into 2. One we have is the rapid movements, and the other one we have is the slow movements that are being there. Now when we see which of the following is the rapid or the slow movements. Solifluction is a slow movement which is usually found near the permafrost regions or the glacier regions that are being present, whereas the earth flow is rapid, mud flow is rapid, landslides are rapid. So earth flow, mud flow and the landslides are considered as the rapid movements of the mass movements. So here the option is only 3 that is being there. Fourth question. Which of the following processes are examples of chemical weathering? So generally we say weathering is nothing but breaking down of the rock materials into simpler compounds that are being there. So these can be divided into physical, chemical, and the third one biological. So here when we see this thing, you can say that the chemicals is what the question is being asked. So here we have different options that are being given. One, carbonation weathering that is being there. Now carbonation weathering is a type of chemical weathering. Now what is this process? Now carbonation weathering, we all know we have limestone etc. that are being present. Now whenever the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere is being partially dissolved with rainwater, we will be getting a weak carbonic acid. Now this weak carbonic acid is the one that has been responsible for the dissolution of the limestone, dolomite, etc. And this is where we will be getting the crass landforms. Now this is where we have the carbonation weathering is being present. Next we have hydration, absorption of water. Now this is also a chemical weathering. Third, salt weathering. Salt weathering or salt wedging is a type of physical weathering, or we call it as mechanical weathering. Now this is where big rocks and all are being there, where the cracks and crevices are being present. Now in the tropical region, these cracks and crevices are being filled with water, and these water already have dissolved salts that are being there. And during the summer period, now these cracks the water has been evaporated, leaving behind the salts. Again, these salts in the rainy season will be dissolved in water and the crack expands. And then finally, the whole rock is being disintegrated. Now this is where we have the physical or mechanical weathering that is being present. We have the salt weathering. So this is a physical that is being present. Whereas the solution weathering, that is nothing but the chemical, the dissolution process that is being there. Now here the answer is B. Only 3 of the above are correct regarding the chemical weathering that is being present. Then we have the sedimentary rocks regarding statement based question. So one simple suggestion regarding the statement based question is that, so start reading the first statement and second statement when you read, and when you want to compare and you see whether it is explaining or not explaining, just try to add because. So when you read the first statement and go with the second statement, and when you keep a word because, when is it explaining or is it not explaining, this is where the question is being coming up. So first statement, sedimentary rocks often contain fossils, whereas igneous rocks are devoid of fossils. Yes. So first statement is correct, because we all know that the sedimentary rocks that have been there, these are actually brought by different erosional agents, and they are being deposited in the depressions, and through compaction and cementation, the sedimentary rocks are being formed. And during this process, if a life is being trapped in this sedimentary rocks, we will be getting the fossils are being there. But whereas the igneous rocks that have been there, now igneous rocks are being formed due to the cooling down of magma or the lava that is being present. Now, so due to the high temperatures, we don't find the fossils are found in the igneous rocks. So the first statement here has been a correct statement. Second, Sedimentary rocks are stratified in nature. So can you see this diagram? I have drawn different types of sedimentary rocks have been there. So it means that there is a stratification. It means layering. Layering has been present. Are formed in relatively less temperature and pressure compared to high temperatures and pressures associated with the rock formation that is being present. So here when we see the question, so now we're gonna answer whether we find the because is present or not. So read the first statement, and when you read the second statement, now you can see that yes, because of the stratification that is being present, they might be the fossils are being dropped in the or present in this rock, and due to the high temperatures that are being present in the igneous rock, we won't find the fossils are being present. So here the two statements are correct, whereas the second statement is correctly explaining the statement 1 that is being there. So the option correct is A, that is being present. Whereas next one, which of the following mountains are above are the fold mountains that are being present? So you can see the above mountains that are being present, Rocky Mountains that are being there, Alps, Atlas, and Himalayas that are being present. Now all these are considered as the fold mountains that are being there, and you can see all these mountains are present in different regions that are being there. For example, Rocky Mountains are present in North America, Alps are present in Eurasia region, Himalayas are being present in the India and Eurasian plate border that is being present. So all the four mountains that are being there, they all are considered as the fold mountains that are being present. So here the correct option is option D, all the above. Seventh question, with reference to earthquake waves, consider the following statement. P waves are the fastest waves and can move through gases, solid rock, and the fuels that are being there. So yes, this is a correct statement that has been present. Secondary waves are transverse waves and can only move in liquids. Now this is a wrong one. So secondary waves or the S waves that are being present, they can move through only solids. Now that is the reason why we have whenever the upper mantle is being present or the outer core is being there, we won't find the S waves propagating through the liquid layer that is being present. Then next, third one, the shadow zone of the S wave is larger than the P waves that is being present. So this statement is correct. Now we know that when we ask the S waves will not able to travel through the outer core that has been there. So imagine this is the focus that has been there. From the focus, all the waves are being propagating, and whenever it touches the liquid layer, it stops. Whereas, so till here, all the region is being considered as the shadow zone of the S wave that's been there. Now S wave shadow zone is larger than the P wave that has been there. So here, which of the following are the correct statements that have been there? So the second statement is wrong. So only two statements of the above are the correct statements that are being present. Then next question, eighth question. Which of the following are the present above or lie above the Indian plate that has been there? So here when we have the first Rakine mountains. Now these mountains are actually present along the western coast of Myanmar region. Now it is like a boundary where it is present with the Indian plate and the Sunda plate. We have different minor plates that have been there. So between the Sunda plate and the Myanmar plate, now this is where we have the Rakini mountains are being present. And we have Kitar mountains. Now Kitar mountains are located in Pakistan. Pakistan region that has been there. And it's also a part of the Indian plate that has been there. Then we have Kamchatka Peninsula. Now Kamchatka Peninsula is being present near the eastern Russia. eastern Russia region, and it is not any and it lies near the border between the Pacific and the Eurasian plate that has been there, and nowhere near the Indian plate the Kamchatka plateau has been present. And last one we have is the Korean plate. The Korean plate is a part and parcel of the Eurasian plate that has been present. So here when we have which of the following that has been correct, or which of the following lie over above lie near the Indian plate, we have only two. One, we have the Rakhine mountains and the Kitar mountains that have been there. So here the correct option is only two are lying above the Indian plate that is being present. Then ninth question. So consider the following pairs discontinuities that are being present: Mohr discontinuity, Gutenberg discontinuity, and the Lehman discontinuity. So Mohr discontinuity is present between the crust and the upper mantle. So here the option that has been given is a wrong one. We have the crust and the upper mantle that is being present. So the outer core and the lower mantle option is incorrect. Whereas Gutenberg discontinuity is present between the crust and the upper mantle. Yes, this is a correct statement. Whereas the Gutenberg discontinuity is not between the crust and the upper mantle, but Gutenberg discontinuity is present between mantle and the outer core that's been there. So here basically they have given the opposite. So Mohr discontinuity is being given for the Gutenberg, and Gutenberg discontinuity is being given for the Mohr discontinuity that's been there. Whereas next we have the Lehman discontinuity that has been there. So Lehman discontinuity, it separates the inner core and the outer core. So here only one option is correctly matched that has been there. So here the correct option is only one pair. So discontinuities are important. So as we have the current affairs linked also, large number of earthquakes that have been occurring in world, Myanmar, Thailand, earthquakes that have been there. So better revise the earthquake topic once again, better revise the volcanoes topic once again, and also revise the interior of the earth. So they might be asking the questions on the basics that are being present. So the option here is only one pair is correctly matched. Then next one, 10th. Which of the following seas are surrounding the Antarctica that has been present? So we have Weddell Sea, Ross Sea, and the Celeb Sea. So Weddell Sea and the Ross Sea, both of them are surrounding the Antarctica region. Whereas the Celeb Sea that is being present, it's not near the Antarctica, but it is present near the South Asia region. South Asian Sea, Southeast Asia that is being present. Now this is where we find the Celeb Sea is being present. So here we have only two options are being correct. 11th, which of the following seas are part of Pacific Ocean that has been there? So Bering Sea is a part of Pacific Ocean where it is present between Alaska and the Russia that has been present. Java Sea is not present in the Pacific, but is present in the Southeast Asia. So this is actually present between the Java Islands and the Borneo Islands that are being present. Then Sulu Sea is also not present in the Pacific region. It is present between the Philippines and the Borneo in the Southeast Asia region, whereas Coral Sea is a part of the Pacific Ocean where it is present near the Australia, near the northeast coast of Australia. So we have the Bering Sea and the Coral Sea. These two seas are actually a part of the Pacific Ocean that has been there. So here we have two options that are being correct. 12th question. Consider the following countries through which of the following Andes mountain ranges passes. So here the correct answer is all the above. So we know that the Andes mountain range in the South America is passing through Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru and Argentina that is being present. So the option here is D, all the above statements, all the above countries that have been there. Then 13, Consider the following pairs, different lakes. Lake Maracaibo is present in north of Venezuela, which is a correct statement. Lake Titicaca is actually present between Bolivia and Peru, is also a correct statement. Lake Victoria is present between Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, that has been there. So it is present between Kenya, Uganda and the Tanzania, that is being present. So here we have only the two correct statements is being present, whereas the third pair is actually a wrong. So we have only two pairs. B option has been a correct option. 14th one. So this is a famous question. Concentration has been more on these names, different types of names. So grassland, different areas are called with different names. So it is called steppe in Europe and Eurasia, Puzzards in Hungary, Pyrenees in USA, Pampas in Argentina. So all the pairs here are correct that are being present. 15th question. Which of the following pairs regarding are correctly matched? Nebular hypothesis, Immanuel Kant. Now this is correctly matched. Now we all know that nebular hypothesis. Now this says that there was a nebula, a cloud of gas that has been there. Concentric circles have come out and the solar system actually has been come. Whereas binary star hypothesis by Chamberlain and Mountain is also being correct. Now it states that we were present, our star, sun was being present. There's another bigger star or companion star came very close to our sun, and this led to the formation of the different planets that are being present. Then lastly we have the Big Bang theory. Now Big Bang theory was first actually being proposed by George Lemaitre. So the first proposal, if you can see, we have George's Lemaitre. Now later the Edwin Hubble actually given the evidence of the Big Bang theory. So we all know Big Bang theory. So all the universe was actually present in singularity. A very tiny ball of mass with infinite mass and infinite energy was being present, and suddenly the ball exploded, and this led to the formation of the present day universe that is being present. So here only two pairs are being the correctly matched that's being present. Then 16th question that's been there. Which of the following statements are correct about the Kaveri river that is being present? So first statement, as the basin is being present in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Puducherry are part of the Kaveri water disputes that is being present. Yes. So all the four regions are under the Kaveri water dispute that is being present. So first statement is correct. Second, we have Harangi, Himavati, Kabini are the right bank tributaries of the Kaveri river. So even this is a correct statement that is being present. Third statement, Krishnarajasagar Dam and Mettur Dam are built across the river Kaveri in Karnataka. Now this question, this statement. Now Krishnarajasagar Dam is present on the Kaveri river in Karnataka, but Mettur Dam is present on the Kaveri river in Tamil Nadu region that has been there. So the third option is a wrong or incorrect statement that has been present. So here they asked about the correct statement. So the option is only 2 is the correct option. 17th question. Which of the following statements regarding Greater Himalayas are incorrect? So always be sure you underline or highlight the word incorrect or correct in your statement, so that the chances of you missing the question or keeping the wrong answer will be reduced greatly. So the first one, they are almost continuous range of Himalayas with an average height of 500 meters. Yes, this statement is correct. So we know that almost they are continuous range, and here we have more than 5,000. We have the highest mountain peak, some of the highest, Mount Everest, etc. are being present in the Greater Himalayas that are being there. Second statement, The folds of the greater Himalayas are symmetrical in nature due to their large width. So, this is a wrong statement. Now, the greater Himalayas are asymmetrical in formation, not symmetrical, but they are asymmetrical in formation because this is due to the tectonical process that is being present. So, we don't find the symmetrical or the folds that are being there, they are not uniform. So, sometimes they are larger ones, sometimes smaller ones, sometimes the width is less, width is more. So, we don't find symmetrical folds are being present in the greater Himalayas that have been there. The third one, the greater Himalayas are mainly composed of granite rocks. Yes, so we all know that they are largely composed of granite and gneiss rock. On this rock, we have the weathered sedimentary rocks that are being present. Yes, so we have two statements are correct here regarding 17th question. 18th, which of the following statements are correct regarding the dunes? So we all know that how the dunes are being formed. Now, whenever the Shivaliks were evolved, large amount of the course of the river is being obstructed. Water channel is being obstructed. As a result, there is a temporary lake that is being formed. Now, this temporary lake has brought water and also large amount of depositions of landforms have been occurred. So here we can see different types of landform depositionals that are being found. Then later on, when the river cut across the Shivaliks and has made its course, all the water has been drained away and the leftover sediments that are being present. Now this is where we call it as dunes or dwars. It is also called dwars in the east. So these are now coming back to the statement. The longitudinal valley lying between lesser Himalayas and the Shivaliks that is being present. Now this statement is correct. The dunes are the longitudinal valleys and they are usually found in the Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, parts of UP and Assam region. Now this is where we have the dunes that are being present. Second statement, these valleys are covered with thick, igneous and metamorphic rock. Now this is a wrong statement. Now we all know that river is an erosional agent and whatever the sediments that are being brought here will form the sedimentary rocks. So here the second statement is incorrect. So here we have the option, only one option is being correct in this question. Now 18th, which of the following are the part of peninsular plateau of India that is being there? The first one, Bundelkhand. Yes, Bundelkhand is a part of Peninsular Plateau. It's present in the central India region. Whereas Maikal Range is also a part of Peninsular Plateau, present in the Madhya Pradesh region. Baghelkhand Plateau is also present in the northeastern part of Madhya Pradesh, is also a part of the Peninsular Plateau. Kaimur Hills, also located at the border of UP, Bihar and Madhya Pradesh, is also a correct statement. Aravalis, when we come, it is not a part of the Peninsular Plateau. Aravalis doesn't belong to the Peninsular Plateau region or Peninsular Plateau block. So here, which of the following are correct statement that is being given? So we have only 4, D option. 20th question. With reference to the Western Ghats, consider the following statements. Western Ghats are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. So this is incorrect statement. So Western Ghats are continuous, but there are few gaps, there are valleys and all etc. And we have roadways and railways that are being present. So though they are continuous, so we can pass the Western Ghats that have been there. So it's not just only through the passes we can cross the Western Ghats. Then the height of the Western Ghats are progressively increasing from the north to south. Yes, this is correct. Can you see? So from the northern Sahyadri, central Sahyadri and the southern Sahyadris. Southern Sahyadris, the average height has been increasing more than 2500 meters height and all etc. Whereas third one, option Anaimudi, the highest peak of Western Ghats, is located in the Kerala. Yes, Anaimudi, somewhere around 2695 meters somewhere is where the height is being present, and it is considered as the highest peak of the Western Ghats, and it is located in the Kerala region that's being there. So we have two statements are being correct and one statement is wrong. So only two. So how many statements are correct? Only two statements have been correct in this question. Then 21, with a reference to the Indian desert, consider the statements which are being correct. Indian desert receives very little amount of rainfall, below 50 millimeters per year. So here it is a typical question where Rajasthan, but mostly in Thar desert region and all, here we find the region will be receiving very little amount of rainfall. Now this is due to the two reasons that can be present. One, we have the region has been present later or after the Aravalis that have been present, whereas the other reason, the obstruction of the north, the obstruction of the southwest monsoon is not observed by the Aravalis that have been there. Now due to that reason, we won't find rainfall in the deserts that have been present. But when we say it is very little below 100 millimeter per year, now this statement is wrong, because the value here should be not below 50, but it is somewhere around 100 to 50 millimeters per year. So the value should be here 100 to 500 millimeters per year is where we will be finding the rainfall that is being present. Then second statement, so the first statement here is a wrong statement. Second statement, Luni is the only major river that is present in the Indian desert. Yes. The Luni river, which has been originating from the Aravalli range, is one river, and it is also an inland river that's been there, where it disappears in the salt marshes of the Run of Kutch region that's been present. The second statement is a correct statement. Third, large parts of the desert is covered by the crescent-shaped moons that have been there. Yes, even this is also correct. Now this is where we call it as the Barchan dunes that have been present. So in previous question, one question, we have this word Barchan dunes. So here we have two statements are correct and one statement is wrong. 22nd, consider the following statements regarding the coastal plains of India. Western coastal plains are narrow, whereas the eastern coastal plains are wide, that has been there. So yes, that is a correct statement. Now we know that. So Western Ghats are placed very close to the coastal region, whereas the Eastern Ghats are far away. The width is high, or the width of the coastal plain is more in the eastern side rather than the western side that is being present. Second statement, large rivers have formed extensive deltas on the eastern coastal plain. So even the second statement is correct, because we have the Godavari, we have Krishna, we have the Kaveri river, and we also have Mahanadi river that is being present. We have large number of deltas are formed in the western coast of the river, that's being eastern coast of the river. Third statement, western coastal plain consists of two sections, northern or Konkan, or southern or Malabar plain that's being present. No, now this statement is wrong. So we have the Gujarat plains, Konkan plains, Malabar plains, and also the central one we have the Kannada plains or the Karnataka coast that is being present. So the third statement here is wrong, whereas only two statements are correct, only 1 and 2 that are being present. 23rd, in the context of Himalayan drainage system, so here they are asking about the incorrect statements that are in there. So first statement, Himalayan rivers receive water from rain as well as snow melt. Yes, so that's why we call the Himalayan rivers as the perennial rivers that are being present. Whereas second, Himalayan rivers form oxbow lakes and meanders in the upper and the middle course, both. So they have written the word both. So we all know in the upper course, we don't find the oxbow lake and the meanders. Instead, we will have the valleys, gorges, canyons, potholes, waterfalls. Now this is where we find the upper course. We won't find oxbow lake in the upper course of the river. Now this is where the second statement is a wrong statement. Third, the Himalayan rivers usually have shorter and shallower course. Again, Now this is where the shorter course. Now we have Indus, we have the Brahmaputra, the Ganga that has been there. Now they don't have the shorter course, but instead they have the longer course that are being present. So here we have two statements are incorrect. The correct option is 2. Only 2 are correct, incorrect statements that are being there. Next question 24. So we all know the Indus River, how it has been present. So if we see the Indus River has been moving like this. So we have the Jhelum River, Chenab River, the Bias, Ravi, and the Satluj that is being present. So in this river, that in this question they asked the following from east to west. Okay, now this is where generally they might ask north to south or south to north, but here the question they have asked about is the from the west towards the east that is being present. Now here if you can see, we can see that the first one is where we find the Jhelum River that is being present, the Ravi River, the Satluj River. Satluj is the last one where we're calculating the origin points that are being present. So here this is where we find the option A where we have 1, 4, 2, 3 that is being present, the Jhelum River, Chenab River, Ravi River and the Satluj River that is being present. 25th. Which of the following tributaries of Ganga have their origin in India? So you see the options Yamuna, Gandak, Ghaggar, Ramganga and Son. So according to the origins that are being present, we all know that we have Yamuna is originating in India, Gandak near the Nepal region, that's been Gandak in near the Nepal border in the greater Himalayas, that's been present. Then we have Ghaggar in the Nepal region, whereas Ramganga in India and Son in India. So we have Yamuna, Ramganga and Son rivers. 3 rivers are actually originating in India. The Ganga tributaries are originating in India, whereas 2 we have the Gandak, Ghaggar. We also have Kosi, the other river that's been present. Now all these 3 rivers are actually originating from outside the India that's been present. Next question 26. Consider the following statements about the Coriolis force, and they are asking about the correct statements that are being there. Coriolis force is caused by the rotation of the earth. Yes, due to the rotation of the earth, we have the deflection that is being present. So second statement, it deflects winds towards left in the northern hemisphere and right in the southern hemisphere. Now this is a wrong statement. We all know that in northern hemisphere it is rightward drift, and in the southern hemisphere it is the leftward drift that is being present. Third statement, we have the movement of the wind under Coriolis force is also called as Ferrel's law. No. Now when we come towards the Ferrel's law, it actually refers to the motion of the wind that has been present and in the mid latitudes. Where it is influenced by Coriolis force. So it means that it is not the one that is movement of wind under Coriolis force is called as the Ferrel's law that is being present, but the Coriolis force is different and Ferrel's law is different that is being present. So here when we say the statements that have been given, which of the following is being correct. So first one statement is being correct, whereas the next 2 statements are difference is being found. Only one. 26th, 27th. Which of the following regarding the jet streams? So we all know about the jet streams that are being present. These are the narrow belt of high altitude winds which can be westerly as well as easterly that is being present. So the first statement, westerly, easterly, yes, because we have 2 types of jet stream. We have a tropical westerly jet streams that are being present. We have polar jet stream that has been there, and also a temporary jet stream called easterly jet stream. So it means that the jet streams can be westerly and also the jet streams can be easterly. First statement is correct. Over India, the westerly jet stream blows all through the year except in summer season that's been there. Yes, during summer we find the easterly jet streams will be blowing. The speed of the jet stream is more in the summer rather than in the winter. Now this statement is wrong. Now the speed of the jet stream is usually more in the winter rather than in the summer season that is being present. So here the only two options are being correct in this question. Next, 28th question. Which of the following statement is correct regarding the intertropical convergence zone? The ITC Z is a trough where of low pressure in the equatorial latitude. Yes, usually the ITCZ zone is actually formed due to the convergence of the trade winds that are being present. So the first statement is correct. This is a zone where northeast and the southeast trade winds converge. Yes, second statement is correct. The zone moves north and south of equator with the movement of subtropical westerly jet streams that are being present. Yes, this is due to the apparent movement of the sun. Wherever the vertical sun rays are being falling, now there we usually have the ITCZ zone is being present. So as the sun moves north, the sun moves south, the jet stream also will be moving, and we also have the intertropical convergence zone is also being moving. So all the statements here are being correct. Next question, 29. So it is regarding El Nino that is being present. So remember one important topic which you have to revise before going towards the prelims examination is that climatology. Climatology related concepts, Indian climate that is being present. Now these concepts are usually one of the favorite topics of the UPSC that is being present. So coming back to the question, now El Nino is a warm current, ocean current along the coast of Peru as a temporary replacement of the Peruvian current that is being present. Yes, usually the Peru current that is being present, it's a cold current that's been there. Now once in 2 to 7 years, we find the cold current is replaced by comparatively a warmer current that's been there. Now this is where we have the El Nino that has been coming up. Now El Nino means child, first statement is correct. So second statement, El Nino means child, which refers to the baby Christ as the current flows in the Christmas that is being present. Yes, so it is like a Spanish name for a boy that has been there. So this is a reference where typically around Christmas there is a change in the current that is being found. Third, its presence increases the sea surface temperatures, which leads to the strengthening of the trade winds that have been there. No. Now this is a wrong. El Nino actually weakens the trade systems. The trade winds that are being present, they are actually weakened. And the warm sea surfaces in the Central and the Pacific Ocean, they will disrupt the patterns that are being present and they weaken the directions that are being present. So here the third statement is a wrong statement that is being present. So the first statement is correct, and we have the second statement that is being present. So we have two statements that are correct in this region. 30. Consider the following statements regarding the cold weather season. So regarding the winter, basically they are asking about the winter that is being there. Northeast trade winds prevail over the country during the season. Yes, this is the correct statement. During this season, most of the country experiences dry season. Yes, we will find less amount of rainfall only in the parts of the northeastern states during the month of November-December period. We will be finding the rainfall, but majority of the regions will be dry in this area. And some parts of Tamil Nadu receives rainfall in this season. Yes, Tamil Nadu region will be dry in the southwest monsoons. Rather, it receives more amount of rainfall in the northeast trade winds period time that has been there. So here, which of the following are correct? All the statements here are being correct. 31. In the context of Indian population size, distribution, consider the following statements. According to 2011 census, India accounts for 17.5% of the world's population. Yes, this is a correct statement. We have accounted about 17.5% of world's population, and right now in recent census and all, we are around 18.5 to 19% of the world population is actually been residing in India. Second statement that is being present, UP is the most populous state which accounts for nearly 1/4 of the country's population. Yes, this is a correct statement. So somewhere around 20 to 22% of our Indian population is actually being present in the UP that has been there. Then we have third, almost half of India's population lives in just 5 leading populous states. Yes, we have 5 states like UP, we have Bihar, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal. Now these are the 5 populous states that are being present, where most of the half of the population is actually present. Now all the statements here are correct. The option D is the correct answer. 32. Consider the following statements regarding the occupational structure of India. First one, forestry, mining and quarrying are classified as a primary activity. Yes, this is a correct say. So whenever we have activities involving the natural resources like agriculture, forestry, mining, fishing, those all will be coming under the primary sector that's been there. Second, building and construction work are classified as secondary activities. Yes. So whenever we are transforming the raw materials into finished goods or construction, now this is where we have the secondary sector is being present. Third one, in India, more than half of the population is involved in primary sector. Now the dynamics have been changed. Before it is a correct statement, but right now the workforce, when we take primary sector proportion, is being decreasing. Somewhere around 45% is involving in the agricultural sector, the primary sector that's being present. So right now when we see the data, the third option is not correct statement that has been there. So the option is option is C, only 2. So one option, first statement and second statement is correct. So option C is the correct answer for the 32nd question. Next, 33rd, we have which of the following is correct statement regarding the tropical evergreen forest that has been there. Now the forest topic is another important sector where every year one or other question, either they are asking about the forestry areas that has been there or the species that have been there, the species that have been found in different forests. Now UPSC has been asking this question. They are present in the regions having more than 200 centimeters of rainfall. Correct statement. With a short or dry season that is being present. Yes, the first statement is correct. So they have a very short or non-existent short dry season is being present. Second statement, these forests have a multi-layered structure with trees, shrubs and creepers. Yes, we have 3-tier system that is being present. Third, the trees of these forests do not shed their leaves due to warm and wet climate throughout the year. No, this is where we don't find shedding of the leaves, or the shedding happens though when we see the different types of plants will have different sheddings that are being present. So when we see which of the following is incorrect statements that are being there, so none of the statements are being incorrect, all are actually being correct statements. 34, which of the following bridges are present or correctly matched? So we have Bogibeel Bridge in Brahmaputra River. Yes, this is present near the Assam region that is being there. Then we have Bhupan Harika Setu Bridge that is being present. It is not present in the Lohit, but it is present in Brahmaputra region. Brahmaputra River. Third, so second one is the wrong one. Daulat Beg Oldie Bridge. Now Daulat Beg Oldie Bridge is located in Ladakh and it is present in the Shok River. So even the third statement is wrong. Narayan Setu in Ganga, and this is also a wrong statement. Now this is also present in the Brahmaputra River. So this also statement is wrong. So here only one statement is correct. So the option is A, only one. 35th. Consider the following statements regarding the river. It is Beangad Wildlife Sanctuary, Belagavi district, Karnataka. It joins with another important river at Cabo Augada, forming a Marmagova harbour. In Goa's lifeline, it's a Goa's lifeline, provide drinking water, irrigation and hydropower, hydroelectric power. Salem Ali Bird Sanctuary is located on the western tip of the island, named Charao along the river. Yes. So all these are indicating one important river in the Goa. So this one statement we can get the answer. Goa's lifeline is Mandovi River. 36. Consider the following statement with respect to the islands of India. Andaman are considered to be extensions of submerged Arkanoma ranges of Myanmar. First statement is correct. So these are actually extensions of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are extended into Myanmar as Arkanoma, and later Arkanoma are extended into the Indian Ocean, and they are submerged, and they are considered to be called as Andaman and Nicobar Islands that have been there. Second statement, the Minicoy Island is the largest in the Andaman group. Now this is a wrong statement. Minicoy Island belongs to the Lakshya that is being present. So this island belongs to the Lakshya group of island. Third statement, Pamban Island is a rocky island and it presents the extension of peninsular landmass in the Ramnad district of Tamil Nadu. Yes. Now this is a correct answer, correct statement. So we have two correct statements, 1 and 3 are correct. So only 2, A is the correct option. 37. Limestone deposits can be observed in which of the following locations that have been there? Coastal location, freshwater lake and the deserts that have been there. So all the three regions we usually find the calcium carbonate. Limestone is nothing but the calcium carbonate. Now in the coastal regions, marine areas, coral reefs, shells and all etc. they are contributing to the limestone deposition. In freshwater region also we find they may precipitate as calcium carbonate and all etc. In deserts also limestone depositions are being formed due to high amount of evaporation and all etc. So all three regions we find the limestone depositions are being found. 38. Which of the following are correctly matched? Tapi River is originating from Betul district, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. So actually Tapi River originates from the Satpura range that is being present. So first option has been correct. Second, it originates from Mahabaleshwar, Maharashtra and drainage between Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh that is being present. Yes, this is also being correctly matched. Kaveri is originating from Brahmagiri range. Yes. And drainage basin Kerala, Tamil Nadu only? No, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. It originates from Karnataka. Drainage basin should include the Karnataka region that is being present. So the third option is wrong. So here we have 1 and 2 is the correct option that is being present. 39 that is being present. So which of the following soil from characteristics below? It is also known as Regur soil. So one statement is enough to solve this question. It is nothing but the black soil that is being there. They swell, they become sticky when wet. Yes, during the dry season they develop white cracks. They are distributed on Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. The direct question. The answer is B, black soil that is being present. 40. Read the following statement carefully and choose the right answer using the code given below. First, Lothak Lake is surrounded by the mountains from all sides and is only floating lake of the world that is being present. So the statement is correct. Lothak Lake, which is present in the Manipur region, is one of the floating national park also that is being present in India. Then second, Barak river, which is tributary of Meghna, passes through the Manipur, Mizoram and the Assam region. Now this statement is wrong. Now it doesn't pass through the Mizoram. It passes through Manipur, it passes through the region. Barak River is a tributary of Meghna. And it doesn't passes through the Mizoram. Third option, Mizoram, which is also known as molasses basin, is made up of soft, unconsolidated masses. So this is also wrong. It is comparatively harder rocks that are being, the sedimentary rocks, harder rocks that are being present. Now they are being present in this region. So here we have the correct statement, only one. The first one is only the correct statement. 41. Most of the big ports in India are situated on the western coastal region. For example, we have Mumbai, we have Neva Seva port, Kandla port, etc. Second statement, western coast of India is an submergent coast. So it is partly submergent, partly emergent coast that is being present. So only statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is the incorrect statement that is being present. 42. Arrange the following type in basis of the percentages that are being present. The first one we have is the alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is 40%. Then second we have the black soil. Third we have the red soil. And the last one we have the peaty soil that is being present. So the option here we have is alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and the peaty soil. Option B is the correct answer. 43rd, with reference to the eastern coastal plain of India, consider the following statement. The eastern coastal plain is broader as compared to the western coastal plain. Correct statement. Well-developed deltas are formed by the rivers flowing in the eastward into the Bay of Bengal region. Correct. So it is correct statement and also it is providing the correct explanation also. So the option A is the correct option. 44th, which of the following are correctly matched? Now recently we have large number of tunnels are being inaugurated. So it is better if we revise all the tunnels, which region they are being connecting and all, etc. So the first Atal tunnel is connecting Leh and Srinagar. No, it is connecting Manali and the Leh region that's been there. And we have Dr. Shyam Prasad Mukherjee tunnel. It connects the Manali and Spiti Valley. Yes, it has been connecting Manali and Spiti Valley. Then we have Sela tunnel. Sela tunnel is connecting Tezpur and Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, third one is also been correct. Third, it is connecting Sinkunla tunnel, connecting Manali and Leh. No, it is not connecting Manali and Leh. It's connecting Leh and Zaskar region that is being present. So we have two options are correct. Two pairs are being correctly matched. Second and the third option. 45th, which of the following are information regarding waterfalls? So we have first one, the Hundru waterfalls in Jharkhand. It's located on Subarnarekha river, correct. We have IEEE falls in Kerala, is located on the river Chalakurdi. Yes, this is also correct. Jog waterfalls in Karnataka, present on the Sharavati river. Yes, it is also correct. So which of the following is correctly matched? All the three are being correctly matched. 45th, in the context of Indian climate, consider the following statements that are in there. Cyclones in India are more common in Bay of Bengal than in the Arabian Sea that's being present. First statement. So first statement is correct. So we all know the Bay of Bengal cyclones are very much destructive rather than the Arabian Sea cyclones that have been there. Water in the Bay of Bengal is warmer than the water in the Arabian Sea. Yes, warmer. That is the reason we have the high intense cyclones are being present. Wind shear is low in the Bay of Bengal region. Yes, wind shear means the speed that is being present whenever there is an increase in the altitude that is being there. So here we will have all the three statements are correct, and we will also have the explanation is also being given by the statement. So statement 2, statement 3 contribute for the statement 1 that has been there. Yes, option A that has been there. 47, again is assertion and two statements that have been there. More than 95% of the coal depositions in India are found in the Dharwar rock. So this is wrong because they are usually found in the Gondwana rocks rather than the Dharwar rocks. Dharwar rocks are mostly metamorphosized sedimentary rocks. So this is partially correct because of the Archean and the Protozoic era. These metamorphism is affecting the Dharwar rock. So they are not present in the sedimentary rock, but they are present in the metamorphosized sedimentary rock that has been there. So we have statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct, that has been there. Then 48, jet streams. Jet streams are fast flowing narrow air currents found in the upper level of atmosphere, so typically in the near to the tropopause. So we know that jet streams are generally between 8 to 12 kilometers height. So near to the tropopause they are being present. So this is a correct statement. Second statement, the temperature difference between warm tropical air and cold tropical air generates the jet stream. Yes, this is also a correct statement. Jet streams significantly impact aviation by affecting the flight direction and routes, with aircraft often utilizing them for fuel efficiency. Yes, the third statement is also being correct. So both the 2 and 3 statements are correct, and both of them explain the statement 1 that is being there. 49th question. Ocean currents are in continuous directed movements of seawater generated by forces like wind, temperature, salinity difference and Coriolis force. Yes. So ocean currents, causes of the ocean currents, the question. Second statement. Warm ocean currents originates from equatorial region and move to higher latitudes, rising the temperature, influencing the climate. Yes. Second statement is also being correct. Ocean currents are generated mainly by the rotation of the moon around the earth, which causes seawater to shift in specific direction. So this is basically they are explaining about the tides. It's about the tides but not the ocean currents that are being there. So here we have the third statement is incorrect. So we don't find so the option is correct option. The third statement should be wrong, whereas the first and second statement are the correct statements. So here we can say option B. So here we have to change. 1 and 2 are correct, but only one of them will be explaining the statement 1. 50. Consider the following statements. Sun rays are never directly overhead in any location beyond the tropical zone. Yes. So between the Tropic of Cancer and the Capricorn, only we find the sun rays are vertical in direction. Whereas second, during December, the southern hemisphere experiences its longest day as it is tilted towards the sun. Yes, in southern hemisphere we'll have the days are more than the nights that has been present. On equinox, all the regions on the earth experiences exactly 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of nighttime that has been there. Now even the third option is being correct. So we can say both 2 and 3 are correct, and one of them explains the statement 1 that has been there. 51. Statement 1. ITCZ zone shifts north and south of equator throughout the year that's been there. Yes, throughout the year, according to the apparent movement of the sun, the shifting of ITCZ zone is being observed. ITCZ zone is a high pressure belt. Again, now the statement is wrong. Instead of high pressure, ITCZ zone is a low pressure belt that has been present, where air ascends, not descends, but the air ascends that's been present. So second statement is basically incorrect statement that's been there. The equator region receives direct and intersolar radiation throughout the year because sun's rays strike perpendicularly in this region. No, perpendicularly is wrong. So here neither 2 nor 3 statement is a correct statement. 51 that is being present. Isostasy refers to the state of gravitational balance between the Earth's crust and the mantle that is being present. So here, yes, the first statement is correct. So isostasy is where we have the floating concept that has been there. So according to the density, according to the weight of the plate or the region, it will sink or it will be floating in that area. And the process of isostasy adjustment occurs only in oceanic region and has no impact on the continental landform. Now this is a wrong statement. You know why our Himalayas are very much high? Because of the isostasis that has been there. So it's not just oceans, but also in the continental landmass also we find the isostasy is being present. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is wrong. 53rd, we have nomadic herding is a traditional form of pastoralism where herders move with their livestock in search of pasture and water. Yes, this is a correct statement. Nomadic herding is primarily practiced in tropical rainforests. Tropical rainforests, we won't find the nomadic herding that has been there. So these are usually found in the dry or semi-arid regions is where we find the nomadic herding that has been there. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect that has been present. 54th one. Mascarene High is a semi-permanent subtropical high-pressure system located in the southern Indian Ocean near Mascarene High Islands. So even last time, once in prelims also, they have asked about the Mascarene High Islands that are being there. So 54th we have second statement, during the summer months Mascarene High weakens, leading to a reduction in its influence on the Indian monsoon. No, in summer months Mascarene High actually becomes very strong in nature. So here 54th we find the statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect nature that has been there. 55 statement based questions. Sugar industries India is shifting from north to south and west. Yes. Now based on this we also have a mains question that has been asked in this regarding. Second, longer crushing season in southwest India. No, we have a shorter crushing season that is being present. So third one, drip irrigation is widely adopted in southern India, improving water conservation and agricultural productivity that has been there. So we have second and third statements are correct and that explains the statement 1. 56. Which of the following are basically used for improving the cotton production that has been there? So we have Parampada Krishi Vikas Yojana. Yes, it is regarding the improving the cotton. And we have National Food Security Program also includes cotton. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana also supports the cotton. But integrated scheme for development of silk and textile will not include cotton, but they include the silk and the other materials that are being there. So here we have only 3 statements are being correct. 57. Which of the following statements best explain why monocropping is prevalent in India? So monocropping, only one crop is being produced throughout the seasons every year. So here when we say, when you see all the best answer is government policies, incentives such as minimum support price favor few selected crops in the rice and the wheat. So best option is the B option that is being there. 58. Which of the copper mines are located in the Rajasthan that is being present? So we have K3 copper mine. So it is in Rajasthan in Junjunu district that is being present. Then we also have Kolihan copper mine. It is also present in Rajasthan. Banwas is also a copper mine present in Rajasthan. Chandmari copper mine is also present in. So all the 4 are actually present in the Rajasthan region. 60th one. 59. Sorry. Which of the following are correct statements regarding the iron and steel industry that's been there? So iron and steel industry are traditionally located near iron or coal resources. Correct. Second statement. Advancement in transport and technology have shifted modern iron and steel industry closer to the markets and output. Yes, both the statements are correct. But when you read first statement and second statement and put a because, it doesn't support or it doesn't explain. So both the statement 1 and 2 are correct, but statement 2 is not a correct explanation for the statement 1. 60th one, jute industry. So statement 1, jute industry faces intense competition from synthetic substitute which often offer lower production cost and greater durability. Yes. Fluctuation in the raw jute production influenced by weather patterns, agricultural practices create instability in the supply chain. Yes. Both are correct. But again, when we put because, it is not explaining. So the option here is B, that is being present. So both 1 and 2 statements are correct, but the statement 2 is not a correct explanation for the statement 1 that is being present. 61. Which of the following are the objectives of the Sagarmala project that has been present? So we have the Sagarmala project that has been started by the Government of India, which actually focuses on large amount of things. So the options that have been given: port connectivity enhancement, yes. Enhancing port connectivity with hinterland, yes. Port-led industrialization, yes. Coastal community development, sustainable development of coastal communities, yes. So this is basically the logistic support, the improving the trade and commerce, etc. Now this is where we have the Sagarmala project that has been come. So in this 61st question, the option D is the correct option. 62. A high level government official involved in formulating national economic policy would be classified as tertiary activity, quaternary activity, quinary activity and secondary activity. The correct option is C, quinary activity. So in future when you become an UPSC servant, so you will also be considered as a quinary activity worker that is being there. 63rd. Which of the countries are bordering Caspian Sea? We have Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran and Azerbaijan. So all the 5 countries are actually bordering the Caspian Sea that has been there. So all the 5 is the correct option. 64th. Which of the following ports are on the Mediterranean Sea that has been there? So we have port of Genoa in Italy. It is in the northwestern coast. Whereas port of Barcelona, Spain, yes, it is also present near the northeastern coast of Spain region, Mediterranean Sea. And we have Tangier Med Port, Morocco, is also located in the Mediterranean Sea. It is very near to the Strait of Gibraltar. So we have one Strait of Gibraltar. Now this port is very near to this strait. So all the 3 options are correct. All the above is the correct option that is being present. 65. In 2004, tsunami made people realize that mangroves can serve as a reliable safety hedge against coastal calamities. How do mangroves function as a safety hedge? Options. The mangrove swamps separate human settlements from the sea by a wide zone in which people neither live nor venture out. No. The mangroves provide food and medicine that people are needed of after the natural disaster. See, mangroves provide food and medicine but not related to the natural disaster, but generally that has been correct. Third option, mangrove trees are tall with dense canopies and serve as an excellent shelter during a cyclone or tsunami that has been present. Yes, option but here we are asking about the safety hedge that has been there. No tsunamis, correct. But safety hedge, how it has been providing? Because it is providing the it doesn't get uprooted by the storm's tides because of the extensive root systems that are being present. So option D will be a more appropriate answer for the calamities that are being there. 66. Which of the following trees are found in tropical evergreen forest? See, the species are very important regarding the forests that are being there. So first one we have is teak. Teak is usually present in tropical deciduous forest, whereas sandalwood we have tropical dry forest. Rosewood, yes, rosewood is a tropical evergreen forest. Sal again is present in deciduous. Whereas ebony is present in the tropical evergreen. So you can see, so remembering the species and which forest they are being present is also a very important concept. So teak is present in deciduous, sandalwood in tropical dry, rosewood in tropical evergreen, sal in the deciduous, ebony in the tropical. Only 2 out of the 5 belong to the tropical evergreen forests that are being there. So the answer here is only 2 that is being present. Then 67, which of the following statement about mangroves is correct? Mangroves are restricted to tropical and subtropical regions that are being present. Yes, because of the high temperatures. Mangroves are those plants which require high temperatures are being present. So, when they are being present in the tropical and the subtropical regions that are being there. Second, in India, mangrove forests are found only along the eastern coastal line that has been there. No. Now, mangroves are not just found in the eastern, but also we have one of the area where we have, if you have read the recent forest report, now you can see that Gujarat region, the forest cover of mangrove is increasing. We also have mangrove cover in Maharashtra, and we also have mangrove cover in Kerala that has been there. So in that report, they have spoke about the decrease and increase of mangrove area that has been there. So do cover the Indian State Forest report that has been present. Third option, mangrove develop a special aerial roots called pneumatophores to absorb the oxygen. Yes. So we have first statement and the second statement are correct. So which of the following statements are correct? Only 2 statements are correct in this answer. 68. Consider the following statements regarding humus that has been there. So humus, first one we have the humus is dark, stable, organic material that improves soil fertility over the time. Yes. So it is a stable organic matter where we have the dry leaves, twigs and all etc. They will decompose and they actually form into the humus, and these humus will increase the fertility over the period of time. Second statement, humus decomposes rapidly, releasing all its nutrients within a short period of time. Wrong. No, one statement we have given, no, we are telling it is a stable that has been there. Now humus actually decomposes very slowly, releasing the nutrients gradually over the period of time for the long term fertility and all. So here we have the statement 1 is correct, whereas statement 2 is incorrect that has been present. 69. Consider the following: population growth and measurement. First statement, crude birth rate represents the number of live birth per 1000 people in a specific year that's been there. Yes. So this is generally calculated as the number of live births per 1000 individuals that are being present. Then second, crude death rate indicates the number of deaths per 1000 individuals annually. Second statement is also being correct. Third, natural population growth is determined by the balance of birth and death rates, including the impact of migration. Okay. So here the statement impact of migration. Always remember, migration is not included in natural population growth. So we never calculate migration in the population growth phenomena that's been there. So here the option that's been correct is only 2 is the correct option. 70 comes to the following statements regarding population pyramids that are being there. So first one, triangle shaped pyramid is characterized of developing countries indicating high birth rates and high death rates, leading to a youthful population that has been present. So the statement here, because we have a large amount of youth, so we have like this. So when we say male population and female population, we have triangular that is being present. So we have large amount of young population is being present rather than compared to the older populations that have been there. Second, a bell-shaped population pyramid signifies a stable population where birth and death rates are balanced, commonly seen in the developed nations. Yes, this is a correct statement. An inverted pyramid represents a declining population where a larger elderly population outnumbers the younger generations due to low birth rates and high life efficiency. Yes, that's a correct statement that's being present. The rectangular population, so rectangular population looks like this. So more or less a rectangular in shape will be present. So this is where we have the rectangular population. Pyramid suggests zero or negative population growth where the birth rate and the death rate are nearly equal. So all the statements here are correct regarding the population pyramids that are being there. 71 comes to the following statements regarding different types of humidity that is being present. First statement, absolute humidity refers to a total mass of water vapor present in the given weight of air, usually expressed in grams per kilogram. First statement is incorrect. So we all know that the absolute humidity is the mass of water vapor per unit volume of air, and it is not unit weight that has been there. So here you can see the wrong statement that's been there. And second statement they have given in the opposite one. So it is a ratio, specific humidity is a ratio of water vapor to the total mass of air, and here it is considered in grams per kg. Here it is considered in grams per meter cube. So opposite one that is being given. And relative humidity that is being present. So we have a relative humidity is a percentage of moisture present in the air compared to maximum moisture in the air that can hold at a given period of time. So yes, third statement is a correct. Which of the following is a correct statement they have given? Only one statement is correct here. 71st question, answer is A. 72nd comes to the following. Temperature inversion occurs when a layer of warm air is present above the cooler air near the surface, restricting the vertical air movement that is being present. So here you can see. So whenever we say the air, the temperature inversion that's been there during the night, during the night time, the earth releases the terrestrial radiation first. As a result, the heat will be transferred from lower level towards the higher level that's been there. So comparatively, the air near the surface is cooler, whereas we will find warm air is being present above the surface. So here when we move from the surface towards the altitude has been increasing, the temperature increases. As the altitude increases, temperature increases. Now this is an exact opposite of normal lapse rate. Now in normal lapse rate we have read that as the altitude increases, we find the temperature is decreasing. So this is where we have the temperature inversion that has been present. So here first statement that's been there. Second, it commonly occurs in the valleys and mountain region, especially during the clear, calm winter nights that have been present. So both are the correct statements, and it doesn't explain the statement 1 that is being present. B. 73rd. Which of the following factors contribute for the occurrence of temperature inversion? No, just now we have talked about the temperature inversion. So clear skies and calm winds, yes, it is present. Rapid cooling of the earth's surface, yes. Stronger solar radiation during the daytime, no. The solar radiation is not being present in, we are not talking about solar radiation. We are only talking about the terrestrial radiation that has been there. Fourth, presence of a high pressure system that is being present. Now how this present? So this high pressure system is usually associated with the stable atmospheric conditions. So we want a stable, calm weather is being present. No? For that we need a high pressure system. Generally we say a low pressure usually causes turbulences, wind movement, mixing of wind, etc., cloud formation. So we need a presence of a high pressure system is being there. So the option here is A, where 1, 2 and 4 are being the correct statements that are being there. 74th. Match the following dams and the states. Tehri Dam is being present in the Bhagirathi river. So I'll just write it here. Tehri Dam is present in the Bhagirathi river in Uttarakhand. Then we have Tungabhadra. It is present on the Tungabhadra river in Karnataka. Then we have the Hirakud Dam. Hirakud Dam was present in the Mahanadi river. It's in the Odisha. Then lastly we have the Indra Sagar Dam present on the Narmada river, Madhya Pradesh, that has been there. So here the correct option is Tehri Dam, Uttarakhand, Tungabhadra Dam, Karnataka, Hirakud, Odisha, Indra Sagar in the Madhya Pradesh. So we have 2, 3, 1, 4 is the option. 75th question. Consider the following statements about the Great Lakes that are being present. The Great Lakes hold approximately 20% of the world's fresh water. So yes, the first statement is correct. Great Lake is actually which is present in the USA region. Now it consists of 5 different lakes that are being there, and it holds 20% of the world's fresh water that's been there. Second, Lake Erie is the deepest of all the Great Lakes. Now this is a wrong statement that is being present. Now Lake Erie is not the deepest, but it is actually the shallowest lake of the Great Lakes that are being present, whereas the Lake Superior, another lake, the Lake Superior that is being present. Now Lake Superior is the deepest lake that has been there. So second statement is wrong. Third, the lake was formed by glacier activity during the last ice age. Yes, that's why we have large amount of fresh water that is being trapped. So here the option is only 2 is the correct option. 75th, mass of following that's being present. So shifting cultivation, zooming, that has been caused. So before I'll just tell about shifting cultivation. Now they have different names whenever we have slash and burn or primitive agricultural practices was started with the shifting cultivation that's been there. Now this shifting cultivation has been named by different countries are calling it different names. For example, here zooming is, we call it in India, in northeastern states of India, in Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, we have the zooming cultivation that is being present. And we have ladang is in the Malaysia and Indonesia region, Sumatra Islands, Borneo Islands, all these regions we call it as ladang that is being present. And we have milpa is in the Central America and Mexico region. You can also have the bush following in Africa. We have Sweden agriculture in Papua New Guinea. We have different names, or else we also have the Kaingan farming in Philippines. Now all these are the different names of the shifting cultivations that are being present. So here the option is A, B, C is the correct. 77. Consider the following statements regarding the zero shadow day that is being there. Zero shadow day occurs when the sun is directly overhead, causing vertical objects to cast no shadow at the noon. So this is correct. So this is actually whenever the a person has been standing in this region, so generally we have the shadow that has been falling. But in the zero shadow day, we don't find the shadow that has been falling. Now we don't find objects like poles, trees and all, etc. There is no shadow that has been falling. Second statement, zero shadow day occurs twice in year for the places located between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So this is also correct. Now why it is? Because the sun rays are falling vertical between, at least once, between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So that is why we find at least twice between these two regions we will find a zero shadow day is being observed. Third statement, zero shadow day is observed on the summer and winter solstice. Wrong statements. Because in the summer and the winter solstice, now the vertical sun rays will be falling on Tropic of Cancer or in the Tropic of Capricorn that is being present. Now that is where we find the slant rays that are being observed. So we do find shadows during the winter solstice and the summer solstice period that is being there. So which of the following is correct in this region? So we have only two. B, option B is the correct. 78th. Now what are the potential consequences of Earth magnetic field flipping? Now this is what we say. Now generally our magnetic field we have, this is magnetic north and magnetic south that has been there. Now once in a few 400 years we find the magnetic north and south is actually being flipped. There is a flipping that has been occurring. Now what happens if this flip occur is what the question has been about. Now first question, we have the disruption of navigation system. Yes. So once if north and south becomes south and north, all the navigation systems and all, there is large amount of changes will be occurred. Increased exposure to the solar radiation. Yes, we will find. Disruption in the power grids and the communication system. Yes. Changes in the atmospheric and weather pattern. Yes. All the statements are correct. 79th, Karasi was recently in news. In this context, consider the following statement. The Kara Sea is bordered by Russia to the south. Yes, it is correct. Now, Kara Sea is actually located in the Arctic Ocean and it is bordered by Russia to the south and Russian Arctic coast that is being present. Then second statement, we have the Ob and Yenisei rivers, two of the Russia's largest rivers, flow into the Kara Sea. Yes, this is also correct. Now this is why we find large amount of freshwater rivers. These are both our freshwater rivers which are contributing, bringing large amount of fresh water towards the Kara Sea that has been there. Then third statement, the sea is rich in offline shore and natural gases. Yes, this is also very much important, where natural gas and oil reserves are very much high. That's why it's been in the news recently, and it is large amount of energy. Energy sector is largely dependent. Energy exploration has been going on. So here all the three statements that are being present regarding the Kara Sea near the Russia region in Atlantic Arctic Ocean is the correct statements. 80, which of the following is correct regarding rabi crop, and examples that are being present. So we have cereals, pulses, oil seeds, fodder crops, and the cash crop that has been there. So first, cereals, we have rice, paddy also, but here we have to only check which of the following is actually the rabi crop that has been there. So the cereal, first one, when we talk about rabi season crop, we have the barley, the wheat that has been there. Then second, pulses rabi crop, we have gram also we can write specifically, we have the chickpea. It's a common pulse that is being present. Then we have the oil seeds, we all know, mustard oil that has been there, mustard that's been there. Then we have the fodder crop is the barley crop. Then we have cross crop, that is the sugarcane crop that has been there. So here we find the second option or B option is the correct for the mass of following that's been there. 81. Recently, a massive eruption of the Tonga volcano in Polynesia generated atmospheric pressure waves that propagated globally. These waves were linked to the formation of EPBs as observed by the Arase satellite. In this context, which of the following factors play a significant role in the formation of equatorial plasma bubbles that have been there? So, which of the following? So, solar activity, yes, it forms an important one, because high solar activity will actually increases the ionization. So, high solar activity increases the ionization, which will lead to the development of the EPBs that have been there. Second, magnetic field, even this will change, or it will charge the direction of the ions that are being present. Then we have atmospheric gravity field that has been there. Yes, even atmospheric gravity, the waves are actually triggering different instabilities in the ionosphere that has been there. That's why we have the movement of the plasma bubbles and all are been occurring. So here all the three statements regarding equatorial plasma bubbles are correct regarding the question. 82nd question. Arrange the following steel plants in chronological order of their establishment. So, chronological order, if you see, we have the Tata Iron and Steel Plant. It has been established in 1907, and it is India's first steel plant that has been there. Then second, we have Rourkela. Rourkela is been established in 1959, and it is with the collaboration with the Germany that has been there. And we have Bilai also in 1959, where it is regarding Soviet Union. We have established the Bilai. And we have Bokaro was been established in 1967, that has been there. So we have 3214, B option is a correct regarding the chronological order that is being present. 83rd, effective implementation of Montreal Protocol, Global Biodiversity Framework, can aid to the realization of the which of the following objectives. So, protecting 80% of the world's land and ocean by 2030. Yes, this actually was in COP 15. In COP 15, so this is where we have a large amount of biodiversity laws, conservation efforts and all were started. Second statement, restore all degraded ecosystems on land and the sea. Yes, this is also one of the target of the Montreal. Ensure sustainable agriculture and fisheries and forestry. Yes. Increase the financial framework flow towards biodiversity conservation. Yes. All the four C are correct regarding the Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework that is being present. Then 84th, urban heatlands. Now recently during summer, during urbanization, we have large amount of effect of this urban heatlands. So the question regarding it, the urban heatlands are occur due to the replacement of natural vegetation with concrete asphalt buildings which absorb and retain the heat that has been there. Yes, this is the reason why we find urban areas have high temperatures compared to the rural areas that are being present. Statement 2, the urban heat islands effect is more prominent during the daytime. So even this statement is correct, but the explanation is not correct. So this is where we have or else we can say so we do find more during the daytime, and it is even more prominent during the night time that is being present. So here cooling effect is not been observed, so it not B but it is C. So incorrect, it is not during the daytime but it is during the night time, as there is no loss of terrestrial radiation. Now this terrestrial radiation is blocked by big high-rise buildings that are being there. Now that is the reason the heat effect will be more during the night time rather than in the daytime that has been there. So option C is the correct statement for the 84th. 85th, which of the following best describes Atlantic meridional overturning circulation? Now in recently regarding the ocean currents, weather pattern, global climate and all, this pattern has been discussed. So better concentrate on these words. So out of all that's been present, so this Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, it is in large ocean currents that actually plays a key role in global climate. Now it is the nothing but the warm surface waters were actually moving towards the North Atlantic. Where the cool water sinks and then move towards the south region, and near the Europea and all, the heat has been circulating. So it's not a localized phenomena, nor it does as an El Nino or La Nino effects that are being present. So here the option is B. It's a major ocean current system that moves water northward and cold water southward, regulating the global climate that is being present. 86th, which of the following initiatives help in combating desertification in sub-Saharan Africa? So in this sub-Saharan Africa, we have Green Wall initiative. Now regarding this Green Wall only, we have the similar kind of Green Wall we have started in Aravallis. So remember, Green Wall, Bond Challenge. So even this India has given large amount of commitments. Then we have Red Plus. So all the ones that are being present are combating desertification in the sub-Saharan Africa region that has been present. 87. Thawing permafrost can increase arable land and extend the growing seasons in some regions that are being there. Yes, melting permafrost improves long-term soil fertility, making large-scale farming. No. Now this statement is wrong. So large-scale farming and all etc. is not being present near the melting of permafrost. First, what is a permafrost region? The permafrost is a region where the surface has been covered ice more than 2 consecutive years and all, and more than 5 years, 10 years. This region has been having, mostly it's been the area where we have the glaciers and all are being present. And due to the global warming phenomena and all, these glaciers and these regions are being decreasing largely. So remember, relate the geographical concepts with the environmental global climate change and all etc. So here the statement is C, statement 1 is correct and the statement 2 is incorrect. 88th, which of the following factors contribute to the earthquake swarms in California that is being present? So recently we have the Californian forest fire, and recently we have the Thailand, Myanmar earthquakes that are being there. So better read about the earthquakes topics that are being present. So here if you see, Tectonic stress along the major fault zones. Yes, we have a transform border has been present near the California region. So magnetic activity in the geothermal region, human activities such as wastewater injection, geothermal energy extraction. Now all the three statements are factors contributing to the earthquake spams in the California regions and all, etc. 89. Which of the followings are major causes of urban flooding that have been there? Encroachment of wetlands and floodplains? Yes, because these wetlands and floodplains are being encroached largely. The water is not going towards the regions, lakes and ponds, etc. Instead, they are being waterlogged conditions are being present. Poor solid waste management and clogging of the drainage system. Yes. Increased frequency of extreme rainfall due to the climate change. Yes. Excessive groundwater extraction leading to the land subsidence. Yes. All the statements here are actually contributing to the urban flooding situations that are being present. 90. Consider the following statements regarding the consequence of sand mining. So sand mining is also one issue that's being present. Excessive sand mining leads to riverbank erosion and degradation of aquatic ecosystem. Yes, the statement is correct. Sand mining enhances groundwater recharge by increasing the infiltration capacities of riverbeds. No. Sand mining is decreasing the groundwater recharge and infiltration capacities that are being present. So here only statement 1 is correct, whereas the statement 2 is incorrect statement. 91. Which of the following statements regarding Saint Martin Islands are correct? The first one, it is a coral island in Bangladesh located in Bay of Bengal region. Yes, this is a correct statement. The island lies near to the maritime boundary between Bangladesh and Myanmar. Yes, in the northeastern part of Bay of Bengal, we find this island that is being there. Third, it is a volcanic island formed due to the past tectonic activity. No, this is wrong. No, here only I have just stated it's a coral island. So it's a coral island formed basically due to the coral polyps growth and coral reef growth and all, not due to the tectonic activity. So here we have only 1 and 2 option is being the correct option. 92. Which of the following are correct? Following are located in the Caribbean region. So you can see, so Barbados is on the eastern side of the Caribbean. Cuba is the largest island of the Caribbean region. Jamaica, also located in the Caribbean, it belongs to the Greater Antilles. Guatemala is in the Central America region, and it is not part of the Caribbean region, but small coastline. Caribbean Sea will be having, but Caribbean region will not be having the Guatemala that's been there. So we don't have the Guatemala. It is in the Central America. And Guinea-Bissau is in the West Africa region. So we have only 1, 2 and 3 that are being present. Barbados, Cuba and Jamaica are belonging to the Caribbean region that has been present. 93rd, why is the port Odessa strategically important that's been there? So this is basically the port Odessa is present on the Black Sea coast. And this Black Sea coast of Ukraine, where it is very important for the transportation, major trade port that has been going on. So here the option is B. It serves as Ukraine's largest seaport, acting as crucial gateway for trade through Black Sea and facilitating global grain exports that has been present. 94. Consider the following statements regarding Indian petroleum exports and maritime security. Indian petroleum exports to Europe have been rerouted through longer and costlier Cape of Good Hope route around the Africa. Yes, the Houthi rebels attack on cargo ships in Bab-el-Mandeb Strait are disrupting the global uh, trade that has been present. Yes, due to this rebel attacking the cargoes, that is the reason we are taking a bigger turn and making and going rerouting our trade ships, petroleum exports, and all etc. So here 94 is option A is correct. 95, which of Nord Stream pipeline passes through the waters of which of the following countries? Not questions, this is countries. So the option is all the above. It passes through Russia, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and the Germany that's been present. 96. Consider the following places recently in the news and their location. Yamagata, South Korea is incorrect. Yamagata is present in Japan region. It's not present in the South Korea, but it is present in the Japan region. So the first one is wrong. Lower Campbell Creek is not present in Argentina, but it is present in United States. So basically in Alaska region. Third one, Hanyun County is not present in Japan, but it is present in China. So which of the following is correctly matched? None. All the three are actually wrongly matched. 97, Gofa zone was recently in news. The Gofa zone is present in Ethiopia. Now it is in news due to social, economical, environmental developments that are being going on in the Ethiopia region. Now this is where we have the Gofa zone that has been there. 98, India and Bangladesh have agreed to collaborate on which of the following infrastructural projects. So we have Akura Agartala cross-border rail link. Yes, now this is connecting the Agartala in India and the Akura in Bangladesh. Now this is due to the increasing connectivity that has been present. Then we have Khulna Mongla Port rail line. Now this is also for the transportation for infrastructural project that has been developed between India and Bangladesh. Third, we have Maitri Super Thermal Power. Now this is not between the India and Bangladesh. It is in joint venture that we are collaborating with different country that's been there. Then we have MOU of Blue Economy and Maritime Cooperation in Bay of Bengal. Yes. Now this one is present between the India and Bangladesh. So we are trying to increase more amount of maritime cooperation, infrastructural project and all etc. Then Jayanagar, Janakpur, Bardibas railway line. No, it is not between the India and Bangladesh, but it is between India and Nepal region that is being present. So here we have only four that are being present, which are considered as a collaborational account between India and Bangladesh that is being present. 99. Which of the following countries are the part of Southern African Development Community that is being present? So we have countries like Malawi, Mozambique and Seychelles. So the three countries, Malawi, Mozambique and Seychelles, are considered as Southern African Development Community, countries that are being part of Southern African Development Communities that are being present. Whereas Niger and Mali, they are not under the SADC, but it is under West Africa. So both are present under the, so we have a community called ECOWAS. So Economic Community of West African States. Economic Community of So only 3 are belonging towards the Southern African Development Community that is being present. Last question. Recently, various reports indicate that Atacama salt flat is sinking at the rate of 1 to 2 centimeters per year due to lithium brine extraction. It is located in, so we all know that Atacama salt flat is present in Chile. Now, it is also considered as one of the driest place in earth, and it's also rich in lithium brine that has been there. So actually lithium which is being used largely in the batteries and all, etc. So due to this extraction which is going on in the large scale, there is a sinking of the salt flat has been occurring. So here the question, where it is being present, it is present in the Chile. So I hope this clarifies all the questions in the test series that have been there, and I suggest you to go a revise regarding the physical geography, and also do a revision before going towards the examination regarding the climatology, the climate concepts that are being present, and also please concentrate on the news, the places in news that have been there, because UPSC definitely is going to ask 1 or 2 questions regarding bordering nations or regions, which of the following countries are present in which regions and all, etc. So do revise the different topics in geography and ace the exam well. All the best for your exams.